Hello, monsters abound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Vortex Campaign. Oh, 20 episodes, I almost did it. Vortex Campaign and part 20 of my Crown of the Beast Lord Master Campaign. We're on the next ritual. We're climbing towards the final ritual. How exciting! And then, of course, the Vortex battle itself. It's still going to take a little while. We've got a few stacks of Chaos Warriors here to deal with. I mean, that's... wait, hang on. I mean, they normally put the Hell Cannons at the end of the army, right? They can't have 6 fucking Hell Cannons, can they?
I think not.
Well, you've got 4.
No.
Fuck me, how many fucking... How have you got 12 fucking Hell Cannons? Yes, that scream is exactly... Scream exactly how I fucking feel about this. You can't have that many fucking Hell Cannons. Get out of here. Get... Oh, okay, well, we took the Black Pyramid last time.
Hi, Beastmaster.
So building up some lovely scrolls of a cut. Is there anything that's going to increase our building speed? No. Okay, well, it's going to take us 9 turns to build a Temple of Akati and 39 for the Vault of Nagash, which I'm almost like, why fucking bother? I don't think... I mean, 39... I mean... It's a long time. It's a long time. It really is. Holy balls. Okay, we've been assaulting Vashnar. His army is looking a little bit tatty. I think I'm going to do this, but maybe not well. On the other hand, are they going to attack right away or not? I don't no, we're going to save it. We're going to save it. We're going to hold off. Still, they can't have 12 Hell Cannons. Surely not. That's insane. 12 Hell Cannons, Jeremy? The fuck are you thinking? Okay, you are going for it. Okay, you don't have 12 Hell Cannons. You've got a lot of fucking giants, which is... I'm actually fine with that. I'm fine with fucking giants. Well, not fucking giants. Obviously, if they've come to do that, there's a problem. But at least that's not the 12 Hell Cannons.
Satisfy your bloodlust, minions!
Right, strap yourself in, boys and girls, because this is going to be a long siege. Filled with Chaos Warriors covered in High Elf jizz, because that's what apparently we're launching. Question is, how many High Elves does it take even to make this much tower projectile? Well, you know, there's really no good answer for that. Anywho, so we are now... We've got a fairly good... I mean, because it's Toy of Sea, isn't it? We've got these lovely towers. I have no idea what these things are supposed to do. I have played Eltharion, but I guess they just don't do anything, they're just there. But what tends to happen is, because they are directly in the line of the fucking towers, they tend to either block the shots, which is bad, or alternatively just get knocked down, which is... I feel like... If you're like the labourers who like built those big ass towers, you must be watching that going, why did we build them there? Anyway, while we're launching our High Elf projectiles, Chaos Warriors are throwing their Chaos projector. So it's you know, there's a lot of testosterone going on here as the Dark Elves face off against the Chaos Warriors, and they're trying to attack the gates. But we've got one Chaos Spawn is all that's left of his fellows, and these guys are just getting shot up. They're not even trying to climb the walls. They're just here trying to attack the gate. I think so. I remember when Warhammer was being announced, they were talking about the siege battles. I think they were talking about, or maybe it was like a. It might have been what's the thing? Like you know where they do the thing where they teach you shit. That, whatever, one of those lectures, that's the one. I think I never went to when I was at university. Anyway, so it's one of these lectures where they talk about the siege battles and how they work, and how the enemy army is like split into different groups, basically. So obviously this group here have been assigned to attack the gate, so that's what they're doing. They're hoping to break through the gate, enter the city, and attack that way. Whereas these guys are probably trying to We sent our harpies in to knock out those hell cannons. Trying to use the hell cannons to take out a section of the wall so they can then enter the city. That's basically what they're trying to do. There's also probably another section of the AI that is then trying to take the walls by climbing up them. And actually this is pretty effective because, you know, we've only got Black Ark Corsairs up here, which the Chosen are, understandably, doing quite well against. However, down below the wall we have the Black Guard of Nagron. You might be thinking, well, why are they down off the wall rather than on top of the wall? Well, there's a very good reason for that. Because if you're on top of the wall, you can be attacked by the Hell Cannon. But the Hell Cannon can't arc. So, you see? This is basic fucking maths, if I knew any. Basically, the Hell Cannon can't arc this low without hitting the wall. So we're protected down here, rather than on the wall where we wouldn't be protected, which is a little bit backwards, I realise. Yes, being on the wall in a siege is probably the worst place to be, because you can just be hit by anything. And of course, because Chaos don't have any missile weapons, I mean, what, you know, they've only got hell cannons. They can only spew their demon jism, and we return fire with our high elf jism. What is more potent? That's the question. I mean, really, that's. I mean, you know, we could do some research on that, but I feel like everyone would lose in that case. You know, everyone, just a big sticky mess with lots of dark elves in lab coats going, I hate my life. So the Chosen are I mean, they are great weapons, which means these are probably some of the nastiest infantry in the entire game. The Black Guard are not going to do particularly well against them. We do have some shades hidden down here, just to say behind the big wall, which the Hell Cannon can't shoot over. So, thereby affording... I mean, if they had this wall, what would they fucking do? If we had this wall here, and their Hell Cannon was like, I mean, they can't climb... Our ladders don't go that high. They would need... I mean, I don't know the intestinal tract length of your average Chaos Warrior, but unless it's a very specific mutation, ain't no way they're pulling a ladder out of that. No way. So we have our bolt throwers up on the... Now, I'm actually going to move them down here, because Toy of Rest is actually quite cool, and it's like a hill defense, which is really I think more of the siege map should be like this. Basically, you should like lose the outer walls and be able to fall back, is my thinking. That would make the sieges sort of significantly better and more defensive. I don't actually think... I know I'm in probably the minority here, but what is it with these fucking obelisks? They just pop... Oh no, it's actually... because sometimes mages turn into obelisks, but nope, that's just an obelisk just stuck in there. Okay, cool. I don't actually think the Warhammer sieges are bad. And I know some people will be like, they're awful. And I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, I don't actually mind them. I think they're generally fine. So our Shades now opening fire, whittling down at these Chosen. They can cut up Black Guards, but they're going to really struggle against numerous crossbows to face. Like this is quite... I really enjoyed this siege. There was attacks, there was feints, there was retreats, there was everything that kind of makes... You know, I'm feeling like I'm methodically dealing with the attackers here, and I quite like that, even if I'm throwing elf jizz at them at the same time, and it's not super effective. But then, I mean, you know, you get a face full of elf jizz. What's your first thought? Your first thought is, it's not, oh dear God, I'm dying, is it really? I mean, I hope that wasn't expensive. We have had a breach. The walls are breached. The hell cannons... Well, I think it was actually our bolt throwers that helped out there, but that's fine. So we're going to pull back away from the breach. I was hoping, actually, that the Chaos Warriors would actually advance on this breach, but I guess... To be honest, if they attacked all in one, I'd probably struggle to hold them back. But on the other hand, a lot of what they've got left is cavalry, which our Black Guard will do incredibly well against. So... unless they can overwhelm us with sheer weight of Chosen, then they're probably going to not do super well. See? We're safe behind the wall. Those Shades have made short work of the... Well, I mean, not short enough to save the Black Guard and or Corsairs, but to be honest, I consider the Corsairs as collateral damage. I'm going to be honest. If you pick up a couple of swords, whack on a tentacle helmet, and go around calling yourself a pirate, you deserve everything you fucking get. The Chosen retreating out of the gap in the wall that we made for them. Laters. Bye, guys. Don't come again. Okay, well, you don't forgive. Yeah, alright, fuck off. More Chaos Warriors and Chosen with great weapons. Yep, those guys quite nasty. But as you can see, as they climb up onto the wall over here, they're just getting riddled with crossbow. The only slight issue is we're running out of crossbow bolts, so, you know, it's probably fine. Aha, they've pulled in more. I'm so glad they didn't have 12 fucking hell cannons, because that would have been a nightmare. Most of what they've got is Chaos Knights now. They've got Chaos Knights and Giants. The problem with that is that their Chaos Knights are not going to do very well against our Black Guard, and we have Black Guard everywhere. We've got 3 units defending the gate back here just to be on the safe side. We've got at least, what's that, 5 units over here fending off an attack. Some Chosen with great weapons are actually going to attack us in the back, which is unfortunate. That's it. Chop them up. Yeah, the bolt thrower's helping. I mean, not in so much that it's not shooting our own blackguard, but, you know, what do you want? Is that just... Oh, it's... Okay, I thought it was just one Chaos with great weapon there, but it's 14 of them. So they're rallying, coming back to the fight. Of course, if we deal with this force, we then have to deal with the Skaven as well. So that's probably fine. We have to be a little bit conservative with what... I mean, we've lost most of the Corsairs, but they would just... To be honest, maybe I should have kept the Corsairs. Well, the Corsairs were manning the towers to fire the Elfridges. Maybe it was that... No, I'm not gonna entertain that idea. The gates is finally down. Chaos Trolls meandering their way in, right into the waiting arms of the Black Guards, who are going to make fairly short work of them. Because, of course, we got bonus first large. How much bonus first large have we got? 24. So that's additional 24 melee attack and weapon strength, which makes them quite potent against these Chaos Knights over here. But just in the off chance, we are going to bring our shades down off the wall and station them just behind, so that way, basically, they can turn the gates into a nice little turkey shoot. Chaos Warrior is starting to shatter. And I mean, it says that the balance of power is still very firmly, and despite the fact the enemy only have about 700 troops left of their 2,500, which just goes to show just how strong Chaos is supposed to be. But I don't think that's true. I think a lot of their strength comes from these Chaos Giants, to be honest. So they're getting filled for the crossbows, and plus they're going to have to fight their way through Blackguard and Shades, which shouldn't... I mean, there's a lot of dead Chaos Warriors littering the ground here. So Shades taking up position. And I mean... Fire when you see the glowing of their lances. Lots of crossbow fire coming in there. They can't miss. I mean, a lot of it might well hit the Black Guard, but yeah, that's fine. So Black Guard are holding for the moment. I mean, literally a giant creature. It's a giant. It's a giant. Taking a lot of fire there, though. Both of them almost down. A lot of these Chaos Knights being thinned out very rapidly. These crossbows doing some real heavy lifting for the Blackguard. Blackguard can hold them. The Shades can really deal with them. We're also going to send in Ian, the terror of the Chaos Wastes. And down the giant goes. They're sending more Chaos Knights and another Chaos Giant to their death. And the Hell Cannon crews have decided to come. Have you seen? We won't hear any more about the Warhammer 2 DLC until fucking... Is it June? That's a long time. We should hear more Warhammer 3 news in May, though. I'm looking forward to that. To finding out what that is. So that's exciting. Oh, look, we just jizzed all over a giant. Yeah, well. Well, there we go. Alright. The Chaos Knights, yep, charging in and dying. Ian's getting stuck in. There's another Chaos Giant on its way. They're just sending their forces piecemeal at this. I guess the problem is, if they send their knights in to, say, the breach, they're just going to get murdered. So realistically, there's no good way for Chaos to win at this point.
Such unholy resilience.
Despite the fact the balance of power says, nah, it's about 50-50, we've won. We have won because an army that contains this many knights just isn't going to be very... I mean, the Chaos Knights are very good, but we've got oodles of Blackguard to fend off those attacks. Plus, as soon as our shades run out of missiles, they of course are armor piercing. Well, not these guys. I mean, I think these guys are. Yep, these guys are armor piercing and anti-infantry, which isn't going to help against the knights. But still, the point still stands that we've got plenty of Blackguard. So that's a lot. I mean, yep, in come the... Are the trolls going to actually reach us, or are they going to break long before... Wow, they... Yeah. I think some rolled into us as they died. But I think that... Yep, they're all dead. Right, well, anything else? Another Chaos Giant heading this way. He's getting blatted with elf jizz. He's having a terrible time. I don't get paid enough for this. It takes another faceful. And more Chaos Knights approaching. And yet all the time they sit here, they're just getting blatted. Now admittedly, the High Elf towers aren't particularly good. The Dark Elf towers are pretty good. The Lizardmen towers are good. Because the Dark Elf towers are fireballs, which obviously have an sort of like explosive shot, which is cool. I don't know what these things are. They're just that light magic ability, which is a bit trash. The Lizardmen have laser towers. The Skaven have laser towers. So they're good. Basically, any tower that shoots like a laser is fucking amazing. And the reason for that is that it can carve through multiple units. Whereas the explosive types, like your Empire towers, and, well, basically all the first faction towers, they don't do a huge amount of damage, really. I mean, they're okay, but against large units like this, they're less effective. Whereas the laser towers are very effective against fucking everything. And, yeah, all those guys. They're sending another detachment of Chaos Knights and a Giant. Which, I mean... Look. The forces of chaos aren't exactly sane, but it is the definition of insanity to try the same thing multiple times and expect a different result. And that's basically what they're trying. And I think they might have realised this because everyone is starting to run away. There we go. Ian has held Toy of Resi against, I want to say, insurmountable odds, but it wasn't really. Now we just need to deal with the Skaven, and also this last Hell Cannon crew, who apparently just don't want to run away. Apparently they haven't had enough elf jizz, which I guess is fair enough. It's devastating stuff. We lost 3 units of Blackguard, but we held them off. Get their opponent. To be honest, I should have pulled those Blackguard back, because now we're going to get attacked by these dickheads. You're not in range for reinforcements. Oh, well, in that case, guess I'll just do that. Fine. Ritual completed. Goods. Turkey Gate has negative growth. Gonna be honest, that's fine. I'm a little bit worried you might be heading for my gold mine, which would be most disconcerting. Let's get some spiky hydras, because we don't have any spiky hydras in this army, and I feel like we could use some. And, oh yes. Okay, let's go for a revered name of power. Yes, let's do that. And, Raid leader. What we got? Ah, Moon Shadow. That's not great. Granite Stance, also not great. Granite Stance is probably the best one we can get, because we're probably not going to... I mean, speed and ambush is not really that... Yeah. Guess we're going... Hold the line and stand or die, which is...
I have control.
Fine, I guess. Okay, let's get a bit of shade. Right. If we...
Ferocious. Swarm them.
We can
Tear
bop
flesh
you.
from bone. Even pitiful life has value. Beasts of belligerence.
And then you.
Evading. Servitude is your destiny.
So far, so good. We can probably even kill you as well. Right? I'm thinking, yes, Ian's got a banner of murder. I'm not surprised. He's been doing a lot of killing recently. What a legend. I mean, holy shit. Raid leader. Yeah.
By Cain's sister.
And you can have Arcane Conduit and Occam's Mind Razor.
Ready to ravage.
Is this going to be fairly... Okay, this is going to be a little bit tougher. That's fine. What do you have? Nothing particularly scary, to be honest. Banner of Murder, I'm going to pop on maybe you. What does that do? Charge... you know what? Let's put that on one of the spiky hydras instead. Okay.
Satisfy your bloodlust, minions.
Ian doesn't need help. Ian's got this. He's got all of this. This is a last little Skaven force to deal with. The only reason I'm having to fight it is because I'm worried I might lose, you know, significantly more of, well, my black. To be honest, though, with this army dead, we've got quite a while to replenish our forces. They did kind of like... And I feel like this episode's had way too many Jizz references, but they seem to have blown their load quite early. As did we, multiple times. But I think, because we wiped out the little Norscan force, didn't we? Did we? I'm fairly sure we did. So I think that's gone. So once we've dealt with this, Ian has all the time in the world to replenish, so no worries. Absolutely no problem. This Hell Pit Abomination is getting absolutely riddled. Holy shit, he's having a terrible time. He's soaking up a lot of fire, mind you. And of course he could come back to life, but no, he just spawns some Skaven slaves, which is fine. Okay, the Shade's now picking off any unit they can. Now, there are some nasty units here. The Poison Wind Globadiers could be potentially... I should have targeted them. We're going to send in one of the Spiky Hydras to deal with the Rat Ogres. The Rat Ogres are terrified. They're running away. That's fine. The rest of the Skaven forces are being torn to shreds and are retreating. We're taking a bit of a nasty hit from the Plagueful Catapult because I don't really have any units to deal with that. The Black Guards tanking the last few Clan Rat Spears. We're actually chasing off the Poison Wind Globadiers over on the right flank. On the left flank, we're taking a little bit of fire from the Poison Wind Globadiers over here, and our Spiky Hydra is a little bit in trouble. So we need to deal with that. We do have some... the Gutter Runners are picking them off, as are the Poison Wind Globadiers, which is unpleasant. So we need to sort that little problem out. Oof. He's gonna take a lot of damage from that. It's fine. We can crossbow him. Though please don't squirt us. We've had too much squirting going on in this episode as it stands. Way too much. The enemy you know what? The enemy general's just stayed way behind the line. He's got a lovely colour though, hasn't he? Look at that. Looks amazing. Really nice colouring. I like that. These Poison Wind Globadiers being chased off by one Spiky Hydra. This Spiky Hydra's having... Oh, he's not having a good time. We are finishing off the Poison Wind Globadiers. Some Plague Monk Censer Bearers advancing as well. Leaving their juices behind. The Spiky Hydra is having a... It's not a good battle for him. These gutter runners being driven off, though, which is the important thing. Oof. Will someone please take out that plague or catapult? It's got 95 kills. That's way too many. Can we please kill these gutter runners? Pretty please. Thank you. And off they go.
Another time.
Run, flee, flee! Strong shall always dominate.
Slightly messy than I would have liked.
Hi, Beastmaster.
You're going to scamper off, aren't you? Well, I can reach you. I'm going to do some of my spiky hydras, but...
Hound and ravage. Show them nature's cruelty.
That's fine.
Servitude is your destiny.
Because we now have a short, well, a 9-turn respite. So that's plenty of time to re-recruit more shit. Basically. Do I want some... I feel like some Harganeth executions might be a good idea. So you've got 23 ammunition. The Dark Shadows have only got 23, so that's not much. I was a bit worried that it might not have as... like, they might have less ammunition, but they don't. I could get a Bloodwrack Medusa, but I'm always kind of like, are they any good or not? Fuck it, I'm going to get one and see what happens. I think is my plan. I could get another Spiky Hydra. I feel like maybe getting... Let's get rid of the Spiky Hydras. Let's get some normal Hydras. I feel like maybe I've got too many Shades, but then Shades do a lot of shooting. So I think that's fine. So that's going to take 3 turns. So we can give you Slaughter Lord. And you can get in... I feel like Enfeebling Foe isn't a bad choice for a... Isn't a bad choice for a siege. Because that's mostly what we're going to be doing. Defending from sieges. And Rakarth is on his way back. Good old Rakarth. That's still a... Right. I'm not going to get angry, but who damaged my goddamn... Oh, God.
Awaiting the prey.
Here we go. Skeletons out the wazoo.
Tame the untamable.
Oh, you know what? It's probably fine. We can kill a bunch of it's just skeletons. What are they going to do? Be spoopy? It's useless. You, what do you do? Oh, you're don't do anything, man. Because that's your whole thing. And at some point, I probably should get another. I should probably get another army, shouldn't I? At some point, like a ground army. They do seem to like Toria of Ressi.
You have crossed Rakarth.
Hello.
Punishment shall be.
Uh-huh.
I waited long enough.
You know, this may surprise you. Don't trust him. Do not trust Vashnar. I mean, his army is... We're just going to assault... I mean, to be fair, you know, I've been brutally murdering him, but then he's on my land, so I feel like I feel like that's fair. I feel like that's allowed. Because he could bugger off. And you know what? I'd leave him alone at that point. Not interested in following him around. Oh my god.
Hi, beast master. Very well. Kill them.
1 million skeletons to kill. Can I please just auto-resolve
To
this?
the slaughter.
Thank
Satisfy
you.
your bloodlust, minions. Search this place. Unleash the horrors.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to need more doggos, but I'm kind of okay with that. What I should really get is a death hag. So, you. I'll get you. Who keeps...
Mixing spells.
Is you? It's you. It's you.
I command the beasts.
Okay, I think this is... I'm pretty happy with this army. Ian's army is going to do very well, I feel like. You, I just don't care about. Be a Hawkeye, sure. And you... What do you... You've got lots of shades, which is why obviously I've given you Sheath Master, because that's just what I do. It's kind of like a trademark. It's my unique selling point. Give completely pointless fucking skills to all my generals, because that's, you know, why wouldn't you want to waste skill points? That's why am I upgrading that? I don't need it anymore. Knock it down. We'll upgrade you, and you can have, I don't know, like, sure, you can knock that down. As long as your army is very dead, I'm not super worried, because then you can just throw yourself at the garrison and die that way. My goodness, you've got a lot of those epic necrotechs. I guess because you don't expand, you never really use them. Oh, my intervention forces died. Never mind. I could go and grab that, but to be honest, I'm just not interested. Are you going to, like, sail? You are going to sail right across the world, and apparently sailing past it's fine. Okay, good. That's okay. That's fine. All right. Failed. Success. That's it. We've actually been murdering units. He had 18. He's now got 14, which means we've actually wiped out entire units just through assault, which, you know, pretty brutal. What does this do? Income generator for oh, so we could. So I could turn this into a slave place then. I mean, I do have a lot of slaves. If I knock down that, I mean, I need to keep the gold smelter, but I can get slaves, and then maybe Northern Yavresi I can turn into, like, yeah, give me slaves. Show me the money. No, assault units. There we go. So we can kill even more without having to go to war with him. I mean, I could kill him. I just don't have an army there to deal with him, so I'm okay with just assaulting him to death, to be honest. That seems fine. That seems fine to me. While I meant to go and kill that city, and I didn't. At least I burned it down, but they'll just keep recruiting skeletons again. Also, I meant to put the Witch Elf in the army as well, and I forgot to do that. So, you know, really doing very well. Opposing ritual started. I'm miles ahead. Literally miles ahead.
Critters submit.
Okay, are we? Is this fine? I'm sure it's fine. Can you just? Thank you. Right, and oh, but all right. I'm going to loot and occupy, but not because I want the settlement. I'm going to let it rebel. Is I think my plan. I mean, it's not so much a plan as whatever it is. You can be a dreaded slaver. That's going to give us actual replenishment. Lovely.
Tremble before a car.
I'm just going to march you across land, because otherwise you'll go and kill yourself through attrition.
I have control.
Perfect. Right, you're going to go back in there, and I was hoping there'd be some bits and bobs around, but it's not. It's all. You know what? I maybe should just go. Is this a land army or it's a? No, it's a fleet army. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move you up here at Torkul Quip. I'm going to recruit. Ooh, tempting. What else we got? You know what? I kind of want to fire one. So let's go Maleri. That one. Right, you go in there. You are going to recruit Something like that. And that's 16, 17, and then we get a master for you. I'm thinking maybe him.
Master Druki.
Sorceress of the Dark Convent.
We get one of you. I'm thinking you.
Speaker of secrets.
17, 18, 19. Let's get one more. Right, so this army will be good to go in 7 turns.
Master Druki.
So do something like that with you. You can replenish troops and be wild-eyed. Does mean this Black Ark's going to be locked down for a little while, but I think that's fine. In 7 turns, we will have a brand new, super sexy army raring to go.
Ready to ravage.
That's what it'll be. It'll be ready to ravage, indeed. Indeed. Perfect. Okay, let's continue to assault Vashnar because I hate him.
Noble born.
Yep, good. He's having a terrible time, which is perfect. I don't really want this city, but if I abandon it, it'll cause faction-wide issues. And I genuinely don't understand why. Well, no, I do, because if you loot and occupy and then abandon it at the same turn, then obviously it's basically like raising it.
This wretch does not respect Rakar.
It's effectively the same thing, which means you could just go around doing that. And obviously they don't want to make raising like sacking, because then your arm, because if an army comes and raises a settlement, it's annoying, and then if they can run off immediately, that's even worse. So they don't want to let an army that can raise move on the same turn. But with that said, I guess the difference is like, why wouldn't raising give you all the money from loot and occupying and all sacking? What's this? Message received. Asked that we send aid to Northern Watchtowers, which are ill-maintained and in danger of it. Blah blah blah. Overseeing the repairs would be an unpleasant task that many Druki would spurn, perhaps making it a perfect test for my Leary's loyalty. Do no such thing. Frankly, I don't know what a loyalty's like. 5, so that probably would have been fine, but just on the off chance that she was going to rebel. I mean, a little bit of chaos corruption never hurt anyone. To my knowledge, anyway. Success. And failure. That's fine. At this rate, he's only going to have himself left in an army, which is the perfect number of Vashnar to have in a Vashnar army, which is 1, and just Vashnar. Look, I had a terrible. I was playing an Imrik campaign, and Imrik starts down here. I was having a rough time, and that was before Vashnar declared war on me and captured all of the mountains. And if you've ever had to fight numerous siege battles where the defenders are fucking chosen and dark shards, then you know you would know my pain. You would know my pain. Right, we've got 5 turns left. I mean, the scrolls are starting to. I mean, how many scrolls? Right, we've got 4,174. It's going up by 47 a turn, which isn't quite 50. So we're going to be pretty much good to go just after we finish this ritual. Now that means I could potentially turn on like Sartosa or something. This will be finished in 4 turns, which means we'll then get additional 10, which will then speed that up. So I think we'll only have like a handful of turns before we can then do the last ritual. And the last ritual is a 20-turn ritual with 2 waves of attackers. So we're going to have to be ready for that, because Ian did very, very well at fending off those Chaos Warriors, but I don't know. It does throw a lot of fucking Skaven at you. With that said, the Skaven are actually easier to deal with, I feel like, than the Chaos Warriors. Because the Chaos Warriors, obviously, they bring a lot of Chosen, and the Chosen are quite nasty to deal with. Whereas the Skaven just tend to bring their weapon teams. And their weapon teams are only really dangerous if they get into the city. You know, rattling guns aren't very good at... Basically, like, rattling guns, fire throwers, not very good in sieges, really. Death globes and the poison globes are actually pretty effective. But they have to get in range, and that's never particularly easy for them. And then, of course, they've got storm vermin who are trash, so... You know, there we go. Right, eat it, Vashnar.
Malevolent Lord.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get my Leary after 5 turns to go and just kill him. Just bop him. Just going to bop him. So, do I go and kill Sartos? I mean, I could. It's an option.
Feel my whip.
Isn't it? It is an option. I'm just going to recruit some more of those for no way. I'm going to go inside the city and then I'm going to recruit some of those.
Arrive.
There we go. That's fine.
Healed, beasts of Druki.
That's okay. I've got a bit of shades, which I like. The withering's not bad. I'll take it. I could go... I mean, yeah, I could. It's an option. The only problem is... Obviously, their cities are in the inside, and all mine are on the outside. And to get... From the eastern coast, it's a bastard to get... So I'm kind of like, why bother? Because if I take it, they'll just spawn armies in the centre, and it'll just get burned down again. Plus, it's now riddled with vampires. So, you know, do I really want it? Probably not. But that's a decision I'll have to make next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.